Good day, class. It's me again, teacher Christelle. Time check. It is already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Therefore, it is already our religion time. And in order for you to be guided with our lesson this afternoon, I want you to turn, of course, your religion book to page 2 up to page 5. Understood? That's great. Now I have here a picture. Do you know her? Is she familiar to you? If your answer is yes, therefore that's great. Well, if your answer is no, I'd like to introduce to you Mother Teresa, the saint of gutters. This afternoon, we are going to find out why or the reason why she became or considered as a saint of the gutters. Okay? And of course, it is through watching a video. But before we start, I will give you a rules first in watching the video. The first rule that we have is sit properly. Second rule that we have is pay attention or concentrate. Third rule that we have is take some important notes about the video. And lastly is never skip the video because all the information that will be stated in the video that we have is important. Do you understand? That's great. So are you ready? Okay, let's start.
In August of 1910, a baby named Agnes was born in what is known today as Macedonia. Agnes quickly grew into a sweet, lovely girl. Perhaps that is why she was given the nickname Flower Bud. Flower Bud's father, Nicola, was a merchant, and business had been going well. One day he told her, "My child, never eat a single mouthful unless you are sharing with others." So young Flower Bud, along with her brother Laza and sister Aga, often shared the plenty they had.
Okay, it means that if Agnes will get something or big or huge amount of food, she needs to make sure that she will share it with other people. Kaya kung kukuha daw ng marami, siguraduhin magbibigay ka or bibigyan mo ang ibang tao. The key word that her father wants to teach her is about sharing or the importance of sharing.
When sharing with other children, Flower Bud did not boast or brag about the good she did. Her mother, Drana, always reminded her, "When you do good, do it quietly, as if you were throwing a stone in the sea." In 1913, times changed. Families like Flower Bud's wished for independence, but were often attacked. Her father, Nicola, lost his life, and Flower Bud's family suddenly became very poor. In her teens, Flower Bud decided to join the Loreto sisters, becoming a nun and a teacher for young girls. Now called Sister Theresa, she was sent on a ship to India. Her heart ached when she landed and witnessed families even poorer than her own. One day, a man handed Sister Theresa a very weak, blind child. He worried that she would not want him, but Sister Theresa took the little child into her arms. She said she would be the child's second mother. A few years later, Sister Theresa officially became known as Mother Teresa. She worked as a teacher for nearly 20 years until once again, times changed. Another war was upon the world. One day, there was no food for the teachers and students at her school. Though it was against the rules to leave the grounds, Mother Teresa bravely left in search of something to eat. Many people were killed that day, but Mother Teresa returned safely with rice. Years later, Mother Teresa believed she was being called to help people who lived in slums of Calcutta. People tried to talk her out of it, telling her that place was too dangerous. But Mother Teresa's will was strong. She believed in helping everyone, especially those who needed her the most. With no teaching supplies, Mother Teresa scratched the alphabet in the dirt. Poor children gathered around her in large numbers and began to learn for the first time. Soon, the people of Calcutta began to respect and admire Mother Teresa. Day after day, Mother Teresa used her education to help people who were sick or injured from the war. She soon learned that there were too many people to treat. Mother Teresa could not heal them all on her own. Then one of her former students joined her. The girl took the name Agnes in honor of Mother Teresa's birth name. Many other young women were inspired to follow Mother Teresa and help the poor and sick too. When the hospitals began turning away very ill patients, the women took them in. They loved and cared for them, even when passers-by threw stones or insulted their good deeds. In these times, Mother Teresa led by example, teaching the women to never give up. Eventually, word of their good deeds spread to many countries. People began to donate money to help the sick and send needy children to school in Calcutta. After some time, Mother Teresa and her women expanded their reach into new cities. Years later, Mother Teresa and her missionaries of charity moved on to new continents. Her messages of peace and love spread to South America first. Projects began in Africa, the Middle East, the Caribbean, Asia, Australia, America, and all across Europe. Despite the fact that Mother Teresa's message had reached many parts of the world, many people still criticized her. They said her efforts were too small and didn't add up to much. Mother Teresa replied, "I do not add up. I only subtract from the total number of poor and dying." Throughout fires and accidents and many hard times, Mother Teresa never became discouraged. She believed God doesn't require us to succeed. He only requires that you try. Mother Teresa worked for the poor until the end of her life. When Mother Teresa passed away in 1997, her sisters in faith numbered nearly 4,000 and lived in more than 120 countries around the world. 6 years later, Pope John Paul II officially made her a hero by declaring her a saint. Today, many of the wise words of Mother Teresa have been recorded. Around the world, her quotes still inspire people of every age to begin becoming nicer to one another. So, how does Mother Teresa encourage us to start being better to one another? It's actually very simple. Peace begins with a smile. When we care for other people like Mother Teresa has shown us, we too can become a hero for peace.
Okay, so I hope you've learned something important from the life of Mother Teresa. It is about sharing, it is about helping other people, and it is about showing the world that even in a simple help, you can change someone's life. Sabi nga din ni Mother Teresa, na peace begin with a smile. Okay, so here are some other important information about Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa's birth name is Agnes Gonsha Bojastri. Yung birthday niya is August 26, 1910 in Skopje, or it is known as Macedonia. On September 25, 1928, at the age of 18, Agnes became a Catholic missionary nun of the Sisters of Loreto. She became a novice when the name of Sister Mary Teresa of the Child of Jesus. She chose the name Teresa after Saint Theresa of Lisieux, the patroness of mission. She is a teacher. She usually teaches geography and catechism at St. Mary High School for 20 years. St. Mary High School is not a somewhat the same as the public school that we have, but it is equal with the Christ King College. Parang private school. On September 10, 1946, Mother Teresa received a call within the call. Hindi yung ibig sabihin na call na may tumawag talaga sa cellphone niya. Pero mayroon siyang na-feel na she need to serve Jesus through helping the poorest of the poor. Yun yung paniniwala niya. She can serve Jesus through helping the poorest of the poor. The helpless people were condemned to die in the gutters. I once picked up a man from the street and he was being eaten alive by the worms. No one could bear to approach such a stench. I bathed him. He asked me, "Why are you doing this?" Mother Teresa replied, "Because I loved you." Yun yung pinaka-thought ni Mother Teresa. Yung mga taong neglected ng ibang tao, yung mga taong hindi natutulungan ng gobyerno, yung mga taong hindi nasasakop ng tulong na dapat nilang ma-receive. Si Mother Teresa, yun yung pinaka-mission niya. I want to help the people who doesn't feel love. I want to help the people who feel so lonely. I want to love the people who needs to be loved. Yun yung pinaka-mantra niya. On October 7, 1950, Saint John Paul approved Mother Teresa's order, which is Missionaries of the Charity. And she was awarded a prestigious Nobel Prize, Peace in Oslo, Norway. Mother Teresa, known as a living saint. Bakit siya tinawag na living saint? Kasi yung mga ginagawa niya is so selfless. Lahat ng ginagawa at binibigay niya ay para sa ibang tao. She died at the age of 87 on September 5, 1997 in India. And she was declared saint by Pope Francis on September 2016 in Vatican City, Rome. Sabi nga ni Mother Teresa, it is not how much we do, but how much love we put in doing. It is not how much we give, but it's about the love that we put in giving. Kahit magbigay ka pa ng isang pirasong biscuit, as long as that giving is from your heart, therefore it is already enough. Kahit na yung magbigay ka man ng isang sakong bigas pero at the end of the day, ipapamukha mo sa kanya na tinulungan mo siya, then hindi yun counted. Hindi tawag doon is pagtulong. Ang tawag doon is pagpapakitang tao lamang. Again, kahit konti lang yung ginawa mo or kahit gaano kaliit yung ginawa mo or naiambag mo, as long as yung ginawa mo is galing sa puso, enough na yun. Sabi nga rin ni Mother Teresa, poverty is not made by God. It is created by you and me when we don't share what we have. Same as nga nung sinabi ng Papa ni Mother Teresa na kung kukuha ka man ng marami or kung ano mang meron ka, gaano karami at kaliit man yan, as long as marunong kang mag-share, okay na yon. Kasi nga, sabi nga niya kanina is, hindi ako nag-a-add ng kahirapan. Ang ginagawa ko ay binabawasan ko. Binabawasan ko ang paghihirap at kahirapan na meron ang mundong to. Amen? Amen. So that's the end of our lesson for today. I just hope that you've learned something about the life of Mother Teresa and why she is considered as the saint of the gutter. It is because of her willingness to help the poorest of the poor. Kaya kung ikaw man ay mahilig tumulong sa ibang tao, especially yung mga nangangailangan, ibig sabihin, maybe the spirit of Mother Teresa is already in your hand. Okay, again, that's the end of our lesson. Stay safe and healthy. Bye.